everyone, I'm your host Heather Dawson and welcome to the March episode of Healthy RC Living. Some encouraging news: a group of amazing youth leaders at Rancho Cucamonga High School are setting a good example for classmates and the community, making mental health a primary concern. Students are addressing major issues and problems associated with mental illness, hoping to educate anyone who struggles with anxiety and depression. Reporter Gigi Copes takes us to the school where these youth leaders are promoting mental health awareness.
A powerful message here at Rancho Cucamonga High School. With the guidance of city officials, youth leaders are turning the spotlight on mental health awareness through a special video competition.
Youth leaders got inspired by their own experiences and the experiences around them. A lot of teens that we know suffer from mental illnesses like depression and anxiety, and a lot of our youth leaders do too. So it's something that really surrounds us.
Students like Isabel Egret are taking a stand. She plays a leading role in the competition, acting out various common scenarios that may typically affect students at school, causing a mental health crisis.
We're hoping to spread mental health awareness and the idea that you shouldn't be afraid to get the help you need, and you shouldn't be ashamed of having mental health issues. You should feel free to ask someone that you feel comfortable around and get the help you need.
It's a statewide competition every year, and today's video is all about helping a person in need who's suffering from depression. And so the criteria for this video is basically to help students feel comfortable reaching out for help, and also making sure mental health is destigmatized. So allowing this video to really be relevant and be something that kids can relate to.
Officials say there are so many myths and negative attitudes about mental illness. Sometimes the lack of understanding can lead students to feel isolated.
I feel like there's a lot of whispers about mental illness, but no one is really speaking out about the topic. And it's become such a taboo, and I feel like students feel they can't talk about it because no one's listening.
A very passionate Catherine DeMond is dedicating her senior year to helping classmates and friends with real-life skills to overcome mental illness, recognizing the desperate need to make a difference.
We need to change the culture around this particular topic, and we need to let kids know that it's okay to talk about their feelings and their emotions, and to give them resources that they need, and to not discredit their feelings and to not shut people out. I think it's very important that we open up the conversation.
The youth leaders have been working on a number of initiatives, such as the Mental Health Symposium that has been going on throughout 2017 and 2018. These mental health symposiums are community events that are free for the entire the residents of the city, and we invite mental health partners and professionals to give breakout sessions and provide services, and it's a way to connect the community with the local resources around mental health.
It's also designed to start the conversation, and in the end, students will receive recognition for their commitment and hard work to breaking the stigma for mental illness.
The winner gets to attend an amazing event with red carpet, and it's basically a movie premiere for all the videos to be shown on the big screen. And so it's a moment of pride and excitement, because we come together with other local communities who are doing the same work in really using video and creativity to bring mental health on the agenda of everyone's mind.
For Healthy RC Living, I'm Gigi Copes.
I thought she was the one for me. We spent every day together until my best friend stole my girlfriend. My whole life fell apart. Why me? Where did I go wrong? Why him over me? As time passed, my grades suffered. I stopped going to sports. I stopped talking to friends. I felt like I was drowning. I was hopeless. I was alone. After what I have been through, I realized I am not alone. My friend reached out and experienced the same thing.
Hey Luke, you okay?
After calling the hotline, my friend recommended I felt like I could breathe again. 1-800-273-8255.
There's a parklet on display in the parking lot at City Hall. Let's see why.
So what's a parklet? Well, I'm currently sitting in one. It's a new Healthy RC initiative. Let's find out more.
So a parklet is a mini park where we take a parking space and turn that into a space that is for people. So we can put some benches out there, put out some exercise equipment, some AstroTurf, and really turn it into a space just like a park for people to come and gather for meetings or coffee or just to socialize with others in the neighborhood.
The Healthy RC team initially learned about parklets at a conference just last month. It was a team effort that made this vision a reality.
It's wonderful to be sitting in the first parklet here in the city of Rancho Cucamonga. We work very collaboratively with our Public Works Department and specifically our Urban Tree Department. They were able to take some tree stumps that we had that were in our corporate yard to create the bench that I am sitting on right now. Our Employee of the Month gracefully donating his spot for the parklet to be created. So it was just really great to be able to see all those efforts come together.
Public perception to the parklet has been well received.
I've gotten only positive responses like, wow, good job, this is such a cool idea, how can we do this in the future? How can I work with, so HR, Human Resources also reached out to us and they wanted to do a project about it that's a more permanent space, and so that's something that we're also working on in the future. So everyone they love the idea and they want the idea to sort of continue.
There's a lot of people coming by just interested, and we've received some really good feedback so far. People think it looks really cool, but also it's just a really great idea.
There was a natural curiosity of why are there trees? Why are there beautiful benches and an inviting atmosphere out here in the parklet?
My job, I just sit at my desk the whole day. So I think this idea was a really good opportunity for people to come outside during the break. It also provides the relaxation feel that when people can come here, they can sit here, talk, and sort of forget about work for a little bit. Sometimes work can be stressful, and so this space can be it's a de-stressing environment. It touches upon not only the physical health of people being able to walk outside, being active, but also touches upon the mental health aspect of Healthy RC. And so I think this is a great project because it really encompasses all aspects of what Healthy RC really represents, which is mind, body, and earth.
The hope is that in the months and years ahead, parklets will spread throughout Rancho Cucamonga.
It's a good way for people to start thinking about space in a different way.
I think that this is a perfect project that I hope will be continuing in the future months and the future years, that not only here at the parking lot, but also perhaps at future events, perhaps at future conferences, that we could also do the same for employees, for the public.
Reporting for Healthy RC Living, I'm Jonathan Camus.
This home is the first of many in Rancho Cucamonga to receive absolutely free solar panel installation as a part of a nonprofit organization called Grid Alternatives. Let's go check it out.
So this morning, the city has coupled with Grid Alternatives as well as a local homeowner here in Rancho Cucamonga, and we are installing our first solar panels here with Grid Alternatives. Grid Alternatives is a nonprofit organization that receives cap and trade funding from the state. So what they're able to do with that funding is to install solar photovoltaic systems free of charge to homeowners here in Rancho Cucamonga.
So what is Grid Alternatives and what do you do?
Well, Grid Alternatives, we're a nonprofit solar installer, and we work almost exclusively with low-income homeowners. And what we do, our model is very, very unique. We help low-income homeowners reduce their electric bills, and then we also are a job training organization. Today we're working with 4 or 5 job trainees and also some volunteers from the city of Rancho Cucamonga to install a solar system. The third part of what we do, obviously, is really help the environment. We're able to reduce the greenhouse gases, which impacts everybody in the Inland Empire.
Susie Weaver, owner of the first home to receive solar panels as a part of the Grid Alternatives program in Rancho Cucamonga, heard about the opportunity through the grapevine and decided to apply.
I went online after debating a couple of months. My brother did a process similar in Anaheim Hills and decided, okay, if he did it, I need to do it. So I just applied online and I got a quick response from Diane, and everything has moved so quick ever since.
It only takes 1 to 2 days to install these solar panels that last up to 20 to 25 years, saving homeowners a significant amount of money on their electricity bill.
So what do? We install solar panels because normally our low-income families, they haven't traveled on summertime. They don't run the AC because the bill is going to be so high and they won't be able to afford it. So by installing solar panel on this family, we're going to help them to lower the bill up to 70% or more, so that way they can have extra money for their needs.
Well, partnering with Grid Alternatives is part of our overall strategy to reduce greenhouse gas emissions in our community and move the needle as far as Rancho Cucamonga becoming more environmentally sustainable. Earlier this year, the City Council adopted a Sustainable Community Action Plan, and one of the specific goals is to help transition our community towards renewable energy.
So very exciting again with Mr. and Mrs. Weaver. They are not paying any money whatsoever for this solar system. It's installed totally free of charge, and even the maintenance for a 10-year period is included as well. So there's absolutely no cost for the homeowner. They will actually get a little bit of more flexibility with their household income because obviously their electric bill will drastically reduce with the solar panels.
Not only is Grid Alternatives a solar installation company, but they are also a job training organization that works with volunteers and trains members of the community.
We have several different training programs. One is called Troops to Solar, that we work with veterans who are interested in re-entry into the workforce. We have another one that's very popular called Solar Futures, that's K through basically 14. We concentrate mainly on juniors and seniors in high schools. So we have a program where we go into the high school and provide in-classroom instruction, and then we come out to the job site and they get hands-on training, which is very encouraging for some of the high school students that aren't necessarily interested in going to college but want to pursue a field that they can actually make a good wage and have some entrepreneurship as well.
Anyone who's interested is welcome to come out, get involved, and volunteer. Members of the city actually came out together to learn about solar installation and get hands-on experience.
As a team building opportunity and as a way to give back to our community, the city manager's office volunteered to actually be doing the install. So you have employees here from the city helping do some of the electrical, helping to install the solar panels. We're actually on the roof doing that. And so we're really excited to be here today and be part of this program.
Yes, I actually have my gear on here to be able to go onto the roof and be anchored down. And actually, I was helping to install the rails that you put the solar panels on. So the first step, we installed the anchors for the rails. So you drill into the roof, which I got an opportunity to do, drill into the roof and secure those anchors. And then we're actually at this next step taking the rails and installing those rails on those anchors. And then of course the last step will be to install the solar panels and hook up all the electrical. So very exciting to be on the roof and be able to, you really get a different view of the city on the roof, and interesting to see where the solar panels were ideally located to be able to generate as much electricity as possible, as well as having it be aesthetically pleasing on the home.
The city's goal is to have at least 10 homes in the city take advantage of the opportunity.
Really exciting that this is our first home. We have another one in the pipeline and are working to continue that. Hopefully we have some neighbors coming by here today wondering what's going on and being able to take advantage of the services that City of Rancho Cucamonga offers and the various programs that we have, not only with solar, but other opportunities we have that they can take the step to be more environmentally friendly.
Yeah, I would like to invite all our viewers to apply. If they qualify for this program, it would be nice for them to apply. And also, if there's any people who want to volunteer for this program, they're welcome.
If you're interested in applying and possibly receiving free solar panels on your home, visit www.cityofrc.us and click on the Healthy RC tab or call 909-477-2700. Thanks for watching this episode of Healthy RC. I'm Madison Perry, and we'll see you next time.
Brooke Slyer has the latest on a new restaurant that's gaining a following from Rancho Cucamonga residents for being both healthy and delicious.
Chop Stop, specializing in chopped salads, is the most recent restaurant to join the Healthy RC dining program.
Well, I looked at a lot of different options because I wanted to bring what I wanted personally out to Rancho Cucamonga. So I went to a bunch of different salad restaurants and I liked this one, so I approached them about a franchising opportunity.
At Chop Stop, customers can build their own salads with more than 40 different fresh ingredients or order off the menu's featured salad list with options like the Cobb or barbecue chop.
What makes it unique is that it's all chopped salads. Everything's chopped very fine, so you get a little bit of every ingredient in every bite.
Troy says 2 salads in particular have become customer favorites since the store opened in June.
The Santa Fe chop is the most popular, and then the Viva Mexico is also very popular. In the Santa Fe, there's black beans, there's corn, there's chicken, there's avocado, there's pepper jack cheese with the cilantro lime dressing.
Jana Kavinsky, who likes to come in for lunch, agrees the Santa Fe chop is a salad she always likes to order.
I like it because it's not too spicy. I don't want something too spicy, but it still has good taste for it, and it's a salad, so it can't be bad for you, right?
Not only does the restaurant offer their chopped salads, but customers can turn any salad into a wrap or try another healthy option, such as minestrone or chicken noodle soup.
We do pretzels. We do warm chaparrito bowls, which is our cilantro lime rice, black or white beans, chicken. We do vegan. We have a lot of vegans that come in. And there you can also build your own chaparrito bowl and put 6 toppings in it, and you know that's warm, a warm food.
If you save room, Chop Stop also has health-friendly desserts. Macias says that the restaurant's regulars are proof that Rancho Cucamonga needed an eatery like Chop Stop that's healthy, affordable, and fast.
There's not too many salad places around, so bringing it here, yeah, it's everybody talks about it. And as soon as we opened, it was on Facebook, and so we have a lot of friends that are teachers, and so they love that, the fact that it's quick and easy. They come and order on the phone, they come and pick it up, their meals are ready for lunch. So yeah, it's been amazing.
Troy invites all Rancho Cucamonga residents to visit the restaurant.
I think it's worth a try because not only is it healthy, it's also very tasty. It tastes good, and that's really important, that you have something that you enjoy eating. And if you try it and you enjoy it, then you want to come back again.
Chop Stop is one of 18 restaurants participating in the Healthy RC dining program, which encourages healthy dining when eating out, healthy meal options for adults and children, and ways to make it easier for customers to recognize healthier meal options at the restaurant. Benefits to the program include free access to a dietitian to create healthier meal options, promotion on the city's website and mobile app, and free Healthy RC material. All restaurants are encouraged to apply by filling out the registration form online at the Healthy RC Dining homepage on the city's website. For Healthy RC Living, I'm Brooke Slyer.
A local teenager is hoping to make her mark in both the publishing and entertainment world. David Wiley introduces us to the young author and movie maker.
These are some of the haunting scenes from a video trailer promoting a new book called The Broken Trinity: Secrets of the Orb. It's written by a young local author named Kaylee Kalani. The book, which Kaylee wrote while growing up in Rancho Cucamonga, is a fantasy adventure that follows 12-year-old Shawnee and her best friend David as they flee the god of darkness, only to find themselves in a mysterious and dangerous new world. Kaylee says she was inspired by many things in writing the book, including the Harry Potter books and Star Wars.
I always imagined myself as a character in these books, but my character never got to affect the plot. It's hard to be a big deal in somebody else's world. So I decided to give her her own world and give her her own characters that are her friends and create monsters and challenges and basically put in everything that I wanted from the other books and movies that I was watching that I wasn't really getting.
Pretty ambitious for someone who's just 19, but this is not really a new project for Kaylee, but something she's been working on for more than 10 years.
I started writing it when I was 7 years old. At that point, my ideas were very much all over the place.
And she'd get to like 30 pages, and then all of a sudden she'd scrap it and start over again. I'm like,
okay. So I kept rewriting it, and then when I was about 12 years old is when I started getting very good at keeping the plot consistent and keeping the energy and the excitement going throughout the book.
Kaylee managed to finish the book when she was 15 and shopped it around to various publishers. Several showed interest, but in the end she decided to self-publish. And once she had the book published, Kaylee turned to her other love, making short films, and produced a preview trailer about the book. Now, for performers and studio space for the video, she turned to the Valverde School of Performing Arts here in Rancho Cucamonga, where she had studied acting herself.
They were great enough to let me use their dance rooms to set up the green screen. I filmed with the actors here and did the sound in their music rooms. They were just so accommodating and wonderful, and I was thrilled to be able to use their performers because they have very talented performers here.
The thing with Kaylee, she's very outgoing, very creative, has a lot of emotion when she's in her work. She knows what she wants and brings out the best in the people she works with.
And now Kaylee is promoting her book and planning a sequel.
Right now I'm working on book 2. I am looking to promote at conventions. I'm actually going to be at the Anime Expo coming up in Los Angeles and at Kamikaze. I'm hoping to promote and get the book out there, hopefully get it made as a series or a movie, and see where it goes from there.
To learn more about Kaylee's book, The Broken Trinity, The Secrets of the Orb, and to see the entire trailer, go to her website, thebrokenTrinity.com. Her book is available there or online at Barnes & Noble, Amazon, and Smashwords.
Some secrets are better left unknown.
I'm David Wiley for Healthy RC Living.
And that wraps up the March episode of Healthy RC Living. If you tuned in late, don't worry. You can catch Healthy RC Living all month long, airing daily, 3 times a day, at 8 in the morning, 3 in the afternoon, and 7 in the evening, right here on Channel 3, except Wednesdays. Or watch all episodes online, healthyrc.com, and please check out our new blog, healthyrcliving.com. I'm your host, Heather Dawson. We'll see you next time.
Piragua, nubla ka ba Piragua?
From the composer and lyricist of Hamilton, Lin-Manuel Miranda's In the Heights tells a story of a vibrant community in New York's Washington Heights neighborhood, a place where the coffee from the corner bodega is light and sweet, the windows are always open, and the breeze carries the rhythm of 3 generations of music. Inland Pacific Ballet's Cinderella captures the magic and romance of this classic fairy tale, complete with a cast of charming characters, magnificent sets, and gorgeous costumes.
Chris Parandi's Stunt Dog Experience is a high-energy, interactive show that's fun for all ages. These Stunt Dog stars will soar, spin, jump, and fly as everyone chants doggone fun. This one-of-a-kind experience features animals rescued from pounds and shelters, helping to promote responsible pet ownership and adoption in each and every show.
There's been an outpouring of love from my nephew Dawson Hartwig, who taught us all to love like Dawson.
There is no more devastating pain than that of a parent losing a child. One family that has dealt with this pain in a very public way is San Bernardino County Fire Chief Mark Hartwick and his wife Holly. Their 20-year-old son Dawson tragically died during a trip with friends to Lake Arrowhead. Dawson was a well-liked college student who was known for his positive outlook on life and his love for others.
Let's go! Let's go!
His death was shocking and unexpected and made headlines throughout California. But it was how his family chose to react and remember this promising young man that has gained even more attention.
As we began to mourn and grieve the loss of Dawson, our family couldn't speak a word without talking about the love that Dawson had for us, and then so many others.
Within hours of his death, the hashtag #LoveLikeDawson began spreading on social media. The Love Like Dawson campaign, started by his siblings and friends, became a reflection of Dawson's faith and love for others.
We have this thing that we've been saying, love like Dawson. And when people say love like Dawson, I just think love like Jesus, because that's what Dawson did. He was just a great picture of how Jesus loved people unconditionally and so effortlessly.
Love Like Dawson isn't just a slogan. It's a response to his life and a way of choosing love in every situation. Dawson's love is unconditional. It's loyal. It's forgiving. It's warm and it's free. They say you can judge someone by their funeral. Over 3,000 people celebrated Dawson's life, where his family spoke of the love Dawson shared.
But he was more than a brother to me. He was a best friend and a role model, and someone I looked up to, literally. I could tell him anything and he would just love me unconditionally. He was the most loving person I've ever known. I think that the best way to describe his love for others is effortless.
When it comes to being a big brother, Dawson had it down. He was kind, loving, protective, funny, and always knew how to put a smile on your face.
As you've heard, Dawson had a huge heart. He was the easygoing, laid-back, peaceful, confident, always quick to make you laugh, the one who just brought a sense of peace to the room. He never had a harsh word for anyone, and he never spoke back to me. He was such a comfort to have around. He would come up and give me a hug when I would least expect it.
Your faith, integrity, and love inspire me to be a better person. I want to live in a way that brings you honor.
And while these have been tough times, Dawson's family has made a conscious effort to love despite the tragedy.
Love is a choice, and the Hartwigs choose to love like Dawson. We will love more, we will love better, and we will love deeper.
And Dawson continues to touch people. An avid guitar player, Dawson's original song is available on iTunes. Dawson had planned on going on a mission trip this summer to Thailand. You can help continue Dawson's desire to reach children around the world by donating to global outreach at the Love Like Dawson Facebook page. Dawson had a heart for others, no matter who they were and where they were from. Today's world could use a lot more unconditional love. Let's love like Dawson. I'm David Wiley. for California Life.